And joining us is Ambassador Pinag Ranjan Chakraborty. Ambassador Chakraborty is a former Indian envoy to Thailand and Bangladesh. He was Consul General of India in Karachi in the mid-1990s. Ambassador, welcome to DD India News Hub. Now, first things first, what exactly is Pakistan doing near Sir Creek to warrant a warning from India's Defence Minister?
Well, I have not physically seen any, I suppose, pictures or anything that would indicate what Pakistan is up to. But I can visualize that because of the dispute there, as you know, the Sir Creek is a 96-kilometer kind of an ingress near the border between Kutch in Gujarat and Sindh. And normally what happens is that we follow the Thalweg principle in dividing, in drawing the international border in creeks or rivers that separate countries. But Pakistan, as usual, has, claims that the Thalweg principle is not applicable here, but they claim that the international border should be on the eastern bank. That is, they claim the whole creek as part of their sort of territorial domain, which of course has implications because Sir Creek opens into the Indian Ocean, and economic zone is claims on economic zone, exclusive economic zone, etc. will follow from this. But I think what they may be trying. By the way, it's a very marshy area. And in 1965, we had seen some action here as well during the war. What I was getting at is that it's a marshy area, and it's unlikely that too much of a land engagement can take place here. But the fact that they are building some additional military facilities basically points to the fact that they may be thinking of activating something or creating some problem here. And I think the defense minister has made it more than clear that if that happens, then the response, or India's response, will be quite decisive. So basically sending a message to Pakistan that please do not indulge in any misadventure. But then who knows Pakistan's machinations that they may be thinking of, or what would be in their minds to do this at this time. Maybe that they needed to, deflect attention from various, internal problems. Even in POK, they are having problems. So I think those are some of the reasons that they may have thought, and they may be thinking that since the US seems to be leaning towards them, that they would probably get the American support in this kind of a misadventure, which I doubt that would happen. But anyway, it's their sort of evaluation of the global situation and their own situation that may be behind this effort.
Fair enough. So if, as you say, Ambassador, Pakistan could be ramping up military infrastructure near Sir Creek, how should India respond to these challenges?
Well, I'm sure our forces, military forces, are sort of monitoring all this. And what I think they will need to monitor is what kind of weaponry is being deployed there, if at all. And then countermeasures will have to be taken. And that should not be difficult for us. And I think the warning that the road to Karachi leads through Sir Creek should raise, red signals for Pakistan.
In that, if I can, I was coming to that, Ambassador. Minister Singh, if I can quote him here, he said in the 1965 war, the Indian Army had demonstrated the capability to reach up to Lahore. And today, he said, in 2025, Pakistan should remember that one route to Karachi passes through the creek. What did he mean by that?
Basically, he's talking about the geographical proximity of this area with Karachi because
Okay.
it borders Sindh, and but as I said, that it's not an easy terrain to function because it's marshy land. There are salt pans there, and I think the if at all is any misadventure takes place, then I think it will be more you know the response will be more like what we saw in Sindhu, that is air power and not really any ground action, unless the Pakistanis decide that they would like to do some ground action. But how will they? How will the ground action help? Because they acknowledge. I mean, they say that the national boundary is on the east, on the coastline of the Sir Creek, the eastern coastline
Right.
on India. So the intention could be to somehow capture the creek in a way so that they can dominate the water or the maritime area. So I think we would have taken all that into consideration while planning, while making contingency plans for such a misadventure.
If I were to cite another remark made by the Minister, Ambassador Chakraborty, Minister Singh said that despite 78 years of independence, the border dispute continues in the Sir Creek area. He said India has repeatedly attempted to resolve this issue through dialogue, but Pakistan's intentions are flawed and unclear, he says. What explains Pakistan's behavior or intent on this issue, Ambassador?
Well, in my view, it explains basically the fact that Pakistan cannot live without being hostile to India. So they need to raise issues that are territorial or some other, mainly territorial, that claims that they have been making since 1947, and telling the people of their country that, for example, I think the general or the PM said that Kashmir remains the jugular vein of Pakistan. So these are the kind of rhetoric that we have heard from them, and they have tried to wrest Kashmir from India, and having failed several times. So I think it could be another front that they may be thinking. Don't forget that the first time we noticed that in 1965 that some military activity they were planning was in this area.
Right.
When the famous American Patton tanks were deployed.
Indeed, in the run of Kutch.
In the run of Kutch, and though the Pakistani leader Ayub Khan was so confident that he had talked about taking a stroll in Delhi, but then rhetoric is does not match reality.
All right, we'll leave it there for now. Ambassador Chakraborty, thank you for joining us and sharing your thoughts and perspectives with our viewers in India and around the world. Thank you for your time. Much appreciated.